The following program contains graphic calls to personal responsibility. If you are addicted to the system, Randall may not be right for you. Check with your local welfare office.
Speaking the truth when others hold their tongues. Wrestling for justice with left-wingers and crocodiles. Resisting the temptation to keep the peace at any price. Man enough to walk his cat. Randall Terry.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, your servant Randall, and no, I am not over-caffeinated. I'm over-agitated by the idiocy of tyranny. But I still love you. So much to talk about in today's program. Michael Binet in Colorado pulls off a victory, a squeaker for President Obama. And $10 billion going to teachers, $12 billion taken away from food stamps. And Harry Reid talking trash to the Hispanics, trying to keep them on the plantation. You go, Harry. Today's program brought to you by the National Education Association. We have been keeping your children down for generations. And by the American Federation of Teachers. Hey, we don't mind stepping on the little guy. We've been doing it for years. I'm going to take a quick break, ladies and gentlemen, and give a chance for my friend Rusty Cowpoke to give you a word. But I want to tell you something. We're going to show you some commercials today that are so good. They're probably going to be like in the Commercial Hall of Fame or something. I mean, they're that awesome. I'm not just saying it. Rusty.
Help! I'm lost! I don't know where my pasture went. Where's my ranch? Help me, somebody, please! Please, get me a tractor!
Rusty, are you kidding me? Your contract is up for renewal soon, okay? Don't screw around. Don't try comedy. That's my job. All right, to the news. Michael Binet saved his tail and Obama's too by defeating Andrew Romanoff in a primary. Now, there are people saying, oh, this is a great victory for Obama. Hey, shut up. Obama is 1 in 5, okay? He lost 5 other endorsement races, and he barely pulled this one off. A 20% victory margin right now doesn't look so good. So, on to other news. $10 billion to the teachers. $12 billion taken away from food stamps. Have you heard the news? There's quarreling on the socialist plantation over who's going to get money and who's going to be starved. Now, let's be honest about this. This is about unions. Think about it. $10 billion going to teachers because of the strength of the union, $12 billion being taken away from food stamps. Let them eat cake. Let them eat the homework that the dog usually eats. Don't dogs steal homework? Now the children are going to have to eat their own homework just to have a morsel of food in their bellies. I'll tell you something right now. I can't help but relish in this because it's funny to see these bleeding heart liberals who are slaves to the unions. $10 billion to rehire back some teachers who got laid off because the unions are hammering away and they're taking away food stamps from the poor. Why? Because the poor, especially poor children, they don't vote. Who's their constituency? But I have to go a little bit further, and this is going to hurt some of you. You Tea Party people, listen closely to me. If you have to choose, no, let's do the joke. Let's do the joke. If you've got a socialist plantation owner in the room, and you've got Santa Claus in the room, and you've got the Easter Bunny in the room, and you've got a gun with 2 bullets, who do you shoot? You shoot the socialist guy twice because there's no such thing as Santa Claus and Easter Bunny. All right, it's sick. I'm mixing and matching jokes, I know. But here's the point. We have to come to the place where we say, you take your hand out of my pocket, I'll take my hand out of yours. We go back to real freedom. The general welfare clause means you build a road, everyone can use the road. Build a sidewalk, everyone can use the sidewalk. You have a military, the military protects everybody. You have a post office, everybody pays 44 cents for a stamp. Equal opportunity, okay? What we have right now is socialism and communism on the half shell. That's what we have. And until we're ready to say, you mean you want to get rid of all food stamps? Yes. You want to get rid of Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, all of it? Yes. Yes. What about yes, don't you understand? Because it's all theft. In fact, you know what, Andrew, let's roll this tape. A few years ago, I ran for the U.S. House of Representatives, and obviously everyone knows I'm a pro-life advocate, fighting for the lives of babies, and I continue to do that in my race, but I'm also somebody who loves freedom and justice. So I created a genre of television ads about this very thing. We're going to show one now. We're going to show another one in the next segment that's even funnier. Watch this commercial.
Here you go, ma'am. Let me help you with one of these.
Oh, okay, thank you, sir. Sir! Help! I'm being robbed!
Relax. I'm your congressman, and true compassion is how much of your money I can give away. Here you go, buddy. And listen, don't forget to vote for me in November.
When Maury says she takes your money through taxes and then gives it away to other people, that's not true compassion. I'll fight to lower taxes, reduce government spending, so that you can do with your money as you see fit. There you have it, people. The government doesn't create things. It takes things and then redistributes things. That's the essence of Marxism, of socialism, the forcible redistribution of wealth. Now listen to me. I believe in caring for the poor. I believe in helping one another. I believe in supporting causes that you believe in, including feeding the poor and educating poor children. But if a government puts a gun to your head and forces you to do it, it's not compassion, it's compulsion. Do you understand me? You are being compelled, you are being forced. And that, my good friend, is the essence of slave labor. When you are forced to work for the benefit of another against your will. Well, it's not against my will. I want these programs to exist. Fine, give all you want. Don't put a gun to my head to force me to give to your favorite charity. What do you call somebody who breaks into your house and takes half your stuff and gives it to the poor? You call him a thief. When we come back from this break, we're going to play a commercial that I wrote, yea, verily, over a decade ago, called It Takes a Thief. Mama, turn on your VHS. You're going to want to tape this because it's that good.
Randall and I made a trip to Europe some years ago to visit Henry VIII. He told Henry that Anne Boleyn had a thing for him. The rest is history.
Moments with Moses. You shall not bring the hire of a harlot, or the wages of a dog into the house of the Lord your God, in payment for any vow. For both of these are an abomination to the Lord your God.
Welcome back to the program, friend. It is I, your servant, Randall. In my experience, there have been, I was just going to tell you the truth. A long time ago, when I was a younger man, perhaps not as good looking. Anyway, I was really young, and I felt like the Almighty asked me if I was willing to take a bullet, to literally be killed in the fight to end child killing. And I didn't say, sure, Lord, no problem. I really thought about it for days. It vexed me internally. But I finally decided, yes, I was willing to be killed in the cause of life and justice. Once that happened, once I said, hey, I'll lay my life down for you on this hill of battle, I became free. I became the most free man in the world because I wasn't afraid anymore. And a lot of the problem that we're facing right now today is that people are afraid to say something publicly. They're afraid to speak the truth boldly. They're afraid to tell friends, neighbors, strangers, enemies the truth about slavery, about child killing, about being on the federal plantation. It is my conviction that once you come to the place where you say, Lord, I'll lay down my life for you. Founding fathers, you risked your lives for me. so that we can be free. I will risk my life to bring back freedom and justice, anchored in the laws of the Almighty. The way you fought for me, I'll fight for you. Even without guns, people, we're not even talking about risking our lives like at Lexington and Concord. That's what makes this all so appalling. So anyway, what we need is a big fat dose of courage. And courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is being willing to do what's right in spite of your fears. Courage is being willing to lay down your life in a field of battle even when you're afraid. That's courage. Greater love has no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. It's an act of love for neighbor, and it's an act of courage for God. So when you come to the place where you say, I'll lay down my life, it becomes a lot easier to say, just words, just say the truth. So here's a commercial. You're going to like this one. It's called It Takes a Thief. I was running in 1998 for the U.S. House of Representatives against a Democratic plantation master named Maurice Hinchey. And this is the ad that we put together. Check it out.
If you had someone break into your house, tie you up, and take half your jewelry, half your furniture, half your money, half your clothes, and half your food, and on his way out the door he said to you, most of this isn't for me, it's to help other needy people, what would you call him? You'd call him a thief. Now, if that same thief got elected to Congress and came around with his IRS agent, and they took half your jewelry, half your furniture, half your money, half your clothes, and half your food, what would you call him then? The honorable thief? A thief is a thief, and it feels the exact same way on your wallet. Whether it's theft outside the law or theft using the law, theft is theft. When I'm elected to Congress, I'll fight for you to keep your money. You earned it, you should be able to keep it. Besides, I trust you with your money more than I trust Maurice Hinchey with your money.
Well, there you have it, friends. The honorable thief, a thief is a thief is a thief. And we're being led and run by thieves. All right, let's go to news, speaking of thieves, about Harry Reid. Harry Reid, in an audacious display of arrogance and racism, said, quote, I don't know how anyone of Hispanic heritage could be a Republican, okay? Do I need say more? Republican Hispanics, them's fighting words. I want to urge all of my friends of Hispanic origin to pick up political fists, to put on the boxing gloves, and start throwing punches. Harry Reid, you are a disgusting human being. That is plantation talk, people. All you little Hispanic people, all you little Latinos, I don't know how anyone could be a Republican. Let's all get groupthink. Let's all be mentally, politically handicapped and do what we, your plantation owners, tell you to do. Señor Reid, tú eres loco. Tú tienes, no sé, en su cabeza. Quizás usted es estúpido. Sí, claro. Uh-huh. He disgusts me. He really does. All right. When I come back from this break, I'm going to talk to you about the two most important races in the United States of America. And for those of you who are caught up in the 501c3 tax-exempt vortex, I don't even understand what's going on with that 501c3 thing. I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to relate it to these races, and I'm going to show you how you're being had, and help you to not waste your money. I'll be right back.
Have you even done one story? One story.
There are two places where socialism will work. In heaven, where it is not needed, and in hell, where they already have it. Sir Winston Churchill.
Hi, friend, welcome back. Do you want to pour your money down the drain? Do you want to be had? Do you want to buy a bill of goods? Well, here's what I recommend you do. Give your money to 501c3 tax-exempt organizations that promise to use your money to fight child killing, to fight against the evils of the socialist plantation, to fight for your Second Amendment rights. And then they don't use the money for what they said. That's what you need to do to waste your money. I'm here to train you. I'm here to help you. As you know, the other day we went over a very lengthy letter from Father Frank Pavone for Priests for Life. And he talked about needing $800 and some odd thousand to get out of debt and then to raise another $2 million to fight in the November elections. Guess what? As a 501c3, he's not going to fight in the November elections. He's not going to name names. Last night, my wife said to me, Randall, can child killing be ended with the 501c3? I said, no, absolutely not. She said, well, no, think about it. I said, I have thought about it. I know it can't be one. Because the 501c3, tax exempt, listen closely, keeps organizations, whether they're churches, educational organizations, pro-life groups, pro-marriage groups, whatever. By law, they're required to not name names. So they can't say, Harry Reid devil, Sharon Engel good. Harry Reid bad man, Sharon Engel good woman. They can't say that. They literally cannot say those words. And when it comes to lobbying over legislation like the health care bill, they're allowed to use, ready? You ready? You ready? 5%. Oh, 5%? That's so much money. Yeah, it's a waste. It's an embarrassment. It's a form of deception. Now, well, why do we do that? Listen, there are so many legal entities that a thing can be. A person's own social security number, a C Corp, a corporation with a board, an individual corporation, an LLC, a 471, a PAC. There's so many options where you can receive money and fight evil. The only thing is you don't get to offer a tax-deductible receipt. So what? Do people really give money to organizations, to churches, because they get the tax deduction or because they believe in the cause? So, what are the two most important races this year? Ready? It's the one in Kentucky and the one in Nevada. My encouragement to you, number one, it's your money, by the way. Do whatever you want with it. But I'm here to help you. Number one, don't give money to the Republican Party. If the Republican Party calls you on the phone and asks for a contribution, tell them to go to the hot place. Okay? Tell them to get lost. Then turn around and give money to good candidates that you believe in, like Rand Paul, like Sharon Engel. Okay? That's number one. Number two, when 501c3 tax-exempt groups start raising money from you, as they're going to be doing very shortly, so that they can fight in the November elections, they're lying. Don't give them money. Well, give them money if you want, but just know that your money is not going to go to actually fight in certain elections. They're going to put together educational voter guides that tell people how bad child killing is and how much we need the Second Amendment or blah, blah, blah. But they won't name names. They won't throw punches. Is that how elections are won and lost? By wimpy little voter ID things or little scorecards? No. And if you look back when the 501c3 did not exist, because it's only been about a generation, churches threw punches, religious leaders threw punches by name. That's why we have in America. So I'm going to take a very quick break. When we come back, more for your soul to make you a warrior.
Can wicked rulers be allied with thee, who frame mischief by statute? They band together against the life of the righteous and condemn the innocent to death. But the Lord has become my stronghold, and my God, the rock of my refuge. He will bring back on them their iniquity and wipe them out for their wickedness. The Lord our God will wipe them out.
Hi, friend. Thomas Jefferson said that there was a wall separating the church and the state. Guess what? He said it to a group of Danbury pastors who were afraid that the federal government was going to meddle with the church. He wasn't saying that the church had to stay out of the political realm. Sharon Angle in Nevada has said that she thinks that the tax-exempt status, muzzling pastors, is wrong and that the government shouldn't be threatening their tax-exempt status. That's why Sharon Angle's race is so important. She's fighting the most powerful man in America, except for Obama himself. If she wins, Obama is dead in 12. Think about it. Go to Nevada.